experience. Sometimes we toil to organize for those public participation fora, only to find a handful of participants. Majorly because of the effects of apathy. The majority of our public feel left behind in terms of planning. Some of them give up because what they proposed last year was not effected or was not actualized, or some simply do not understand that the process of planning doesn't die with the end of the planning year or the financial year. Some, or majority actually, forget or do not know that government documents don't have a specified lifespan. What was planned last year and not implemented can easily find its way into some future planning or programming. So civic education is weak, and as you know, government again will find it difficult to treat civic education as an urgent or important issue when it comes to budgeting and planning. The reason is gone down somewhere, and civic education will be found to go mend. Is it a civic education program or repairing or mending some broken footbridge? I'm saying that knowing that civic education is essential for those of us who know it is important. I'm saying that because I know most of you are passionate about issues. You know, civic education is not even about governance or budget making process alone. It can even be the area of health. We should have a civic education program on what Dr. Lucy is gonna do for the rest of our life. In fact, I took tea with the lady who sounded like a medic, who was telling me about even prevention of the jiggers I was talking about. Instead of going to treat the feet, how do you spray the houses over tea? So I'm already educated as I do my anti-jigger campaign. So we need civic education on everything, including agriculture. So it's not enough to give people bulls to go and do, insemination or whatever they do with the cows, or some avocado seedlings, because those avocado seedlings can easily be turned into firewood, or the bulls can be turned into beef over Christmas. So, so you need civic education about our circles, about our banana sector, about our avocado sector, and so on. So for me, quickly, we can mount a civic education program or project. Maybe bring on board majority of our non-state actors in the hall, for those who are interested in the governance thematic area, and even getting into their sphere, including GBV. Today we walked out of a forum at Marani, and members of the public who are not willing to let me and Julius get into our car. In fact, they wanted to walk with us for a kilometer or so, appreciating already what we'd spoken to in that forum. So, going back to the question you directed to my colleague, and not specifically to me, people are appreciating the great job done by our non-state actors, whether they are aware of your job or not. Those who are innocent about what you are doing, they appreciate by seeing the fruits of your great job. Those who are aware will even appreciate you better, because at least they know what we are seeing. That repair of the sewer line at the Nubian area is as a result of the petition Amisi, Oyunge, and Amshield are drafted with the support from IPEC. So people know the great job you are doing. It can only get better.
All right, thank you so much. Because of time, I can see it is really rolling, and I would like to hand over the microphone to you guys, so that pia nyinyi kama mko na maswali labda moja mbili matatu mpate kuuliza usiku wa leo. But in conclusion, you've known this team for the longest time. Since they began, you've seen the child steps to where they are right now. There are some things that maybe you appreciate and you're proud of this team tonight. But again, at the end of the day, you wouldn't wish to see them end it here today. You'd like to see them grow and grow more because in fact they are using the name international, which means they are already international. Where do you see this team again with the leadership of Amisi in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think it's actually destined to go places. As the tag international is associated with them, I'm sure they will go beyond the borders of Kenya. I've watched them grow. I've watched them do whatever they do in the civic space, and I believe they are destined to go above and beyond what the boundaries that they are currently operating. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Na kama muamini Amisi mseme wanaweza badilisha management.
Just to agree with my colleague, I have seen the majority of the members of Amshield International grow in this town because majority are younger than I am. I said earlier in the day that one of the oldest, actually, could be the oldest there. I have seen them sacrifice their time because they were not in paying jobs, they were not occupying remunerated positions. Majority of them are doing one volunteer, picking one volunteer item, and another the next day, and hustling, as we could put it in our new language, hustling from one spot to another, trying to pick up pieces, broken pieces in our community and so on. But what I'm seeing now is a consolidated approach in trying to make our community better, improve lives, speak for the voiceless, represent the unrepresented, even without necessarily occupying elective positions. For me, this is true leadership, because you don't need to win by 20,000 votes to represent anyone. You can only have one vote, that is your personal vote on your mandate, on the space you occupy, and represent even those ones who have not sent you, but you believe in your representation. Again, just like majority of the members of the CSO fraternity in the house tonight, I'm seeing an organization that is true to itself, spends the little coins they have on what they have been sent to do. I want to think, by God, those of you saw me coming early in the day, I was jumpy and noisy, but as we spoke about our achievement, I sent myself into a meeting with myself and I soul-searched and I went quiet for some time, because now I remember the partners, the volunteers, the friends, the colleagues in the civil society life that have done everything for our society and our country. Now, what I want to urge everyone in the hall is to remember that we have a lot of organizations in this country, bigger than Amshield International, but who do not host such important meetings, such crucial activities. But I'm seeing some great hearts in the hall today, including Amshield, that are doing some great pieces of work in our community with some ample budgetary provisions. Thank you so much, everyone. May God bless us into the new year. And I hope God will touch some members or some actors in the donor community to help support our organizations to do even better for us, for government, and for our community at large. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Mwapigeni makofi tena jamani. I'm going to hand over the microphone to you, but to two ladies and two gentlemen, so that wapate kuuliza maswali maana peke yake because of time. I can see some people are really talking about time tonight. Yeah, ni nani yako tayari kufungua? Okay, asante. Alafu tuko live Endoo Radio?
Yeah, Endoo Radio on YouTube. We are very live there right now.
Okay.
All over the world.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to ask a question in reference to what my brother Maturura said as regards to public participation. My brother Rani, you read the Constitution and you realize that Article 1 speaks to public participation, that all sovereign power belongs to the people. So that the public participation communicates clearly to Article 1, so that whatever that is done must be done in respect to the people. So when you say that the county government sees that maybe repairing a bridge or doing something else is more important than doing public participation, don't you think we are in age or we are going back in respecting the Constitution as it is? Because every other article in the whole Constitution seeks to address Article 1 in as far as the people and their participation in the governance of this country is concerned. Thank you.
All right. What are the first one for one? Okay, zikuwe mbili, then
I am asking the duty bearers a very direct question. I don't use my words. I want to wonder if there is public participation that takes place in this county, and if it does, is public participation meant for invitees or it is open public participation? I'm asking about this because for you to participate in any aspect in this county, you must be invited and the doors are usually closed. So is it public participation or private participation?
all right, thank you. Wacha tukuje kwenu.
I will be as direct as my friend has directed. We never close any door. I am in majority of the forum, personally, physically. We don't close any door. And we don't purpose to invite people directly as individuals, though there is what we call purposeful sampling. I know you are research already. You do purposeful sampling even in research, even in mobilization. If you have a revenue bill upcoming, then you must ensure that someone from an area market committee representing the market, because that will directly affect them. If you are mobilizing, you must ensure there is a person enabled differently in that forum. Personally, I check, and that if there is zero representation, I don't count that a properly mobilized public participation forum. And we have the features we look out for in a properly mobilized public participation forum. I will take personal responsibility whenever that is amiss. I check out personally, and I take it head on with the person charged with the responsibility of coordinating the activity when something is short of expectations, including gender representation. And if I'm the one moderating that session, leave me you, I ensure if we are in Suneka, and I know majority of the participants will be coming from Bomoreda ward, which is around the town, by virtue of the fact that they come from around the venue, they will be majority. So I ensure that someone from Riana ward speaks in that forum. I do that deliberately. Because if you say, raise up your hand if you want to speak, at least a half the raised hands will come from one ward. If you are a careless moderator in that forum, you will end up giving the opportunity to speak to only people from one region. if you are a properly schooled moderator or a public participation officer, you will ensure that happens. My office and the officers therein are properly groomed in that area. Point of correction, I have not seen a public participation forum with the doors closed. I have not witnessed. If there is, that was not a public participation forum, that was an indoor deliberative meeting with government officers or a retreat. That is not a public participation forum. We don't close doors to the public. It is an open forum meant for any person. If it was a deliberately organized forum for a certain sector of society, for example, a forum regarding issues of health, if someone who is not interested in that thematic area passes by and wants to attend, I don't think anyone will chase you away. Unless it's a dinner like this one, where it's only an invite only. Back to my brother Oseko's question. I said it loudly, and I want to repeat if you didn't hear me correctly. I didn't say public participation activities are placed below mending a bridge, a broken bridge, in the pecking order. I say civic education. I can tell you with finality, there has been public participation forum as statutorily required on all the statutory requirements. Public participation on all government policies before even they go to county attorney or after, including the KTRH bill that is supposed to become now the corporation. Including
It's actually a corporation.
it's not a corporation. It's not a corporation. It's going fully fledged. I think level 6 now, just like Kenyatta and Moi. If you missed out on a public participation forum, kindly allow it pass because you didn't attend. It is not because it didn't take place. There are millions of Kenyans who are not at Mwalimu Hotel. They will not say this dinner meeting didn't take place. But civic education, I agree. Government doesn't find it very critical, just like the corona outbreak. But public participation, even during corona, we did, only that we did it online. Those who participated. Seriously, let me see, you participated online. In fact, even the most recent one, we are trying to re-energize our online platform so that in future we don't have to meet at Culture Hall or Nyamache CDF or Suleka CDF hall. We can meet online so that we also allow our fellow kisses in Minnesota to participate. So on public participation, we conduct. Only that we not cascaded it down to the village level, to the ward level. We are in most cases heading at the sub-county level, which is not the best practice. On that one, I take responsibility as a director. We've not cascaded it down to the ward and village level. But in the CIDB drafting, we did it at the village level. 4 meetings per sub-location, remember. That was the best we've done. We've also not evolved our evolved units to the village administrators. Those ones have not been employed, and village committees have not been put in place. That one we take responsibility as a government, but that which we do it to the best of our ability, and the rest we leave it to God and you as the judge. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Let me give you a minute to jaribu kukata time.
Maybe as a point of information, the Directorate of Public Participation is actually in the process of formulating our public participation policy with the help of the Office of the County Attorney. I invite all of you to actively participate in drafting this policy and a subsequent bill that will come after the enactment of the policy. Thank you very much for having us. And I must say, on behalf of the County Attorney, we are extremely honored and privileged to be part of this dinner. Thank you very much.
Kuna mwanadada labda ako na swali, meanwhile tukipiga makofi. Any lady that has a question tonight? Alright, kufikia hapo acha mimi niseme asante. Nimefurahi kupata kushirikiana na nyinyi na tuendelee kushirikiana na IPEC zaidi. Asanteni sana nyote kwa kupata kushirikiana na sisi, na natumai kwamba yote ambayo mpata kujibu yamepata kuwa ya kuridhisha, ya kuwafunza ama kuwaelimisha na kuwazidisha kujua zaidi kuhusu IPEC. Asante sana. Wacha Mungu awajalie tuendelee kufurahia usiku wa leo. Asante.
Yeah, thank you so much. Tuwapigie makofi tena mara ya mwisho. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like we said, whatever we want to do today is to reflect on what we've done and what we need to do. Hello? 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 Edna, hello? Hello? Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, now allow me to take this particular moment. There's a certain group, there's a special group that Amshid International has been supporting for the longest time, for forever. Sindio? Hello? Amisi, we are having one meeting, tafadhali. Freddy? Edna?
Tuko side.
Said, baby. Said's me, so there's this special group that Amshid International has been supporting. And I hate the fact that they call themselves, and they are proud to call themselves the minority. Ladies and gentlemen, being in that particular place doesn't mean that is the name you should be using each and every place you go to, okay? Of course, and I'm always proud of a certain friend of mine, tuko naye hapa ndani. In each and every place we go to, he doesn't use that particular downfall or hiyo shida kidogo ako nayo. Kila mahali anaenda, sio? He doesn't cry using that particular problem each and every place he goes to. But he always brags. In fact, he calls himself the chairman of Council of Elders. Those Council of Elders, alishawambia, you guys don't know where we meet. But we have a specific point where we meet. We have meetings, we have every other thing. We meet. So to my minority group, kutoka pale, inaitwaje? Inaitwaje? Inaitwa Nubia. So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause from team from the Nubian community. Listen.
Alhaji unaambiwa aje kuja kuonesha bwana. Hatujui yeye unaambiwa aje.
mwisho, twende mara ya mwisho. Tafadhali rudi seated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tafadhali rudi seated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Select a DJ. My DJ. Select a Freddy tafadhali. Guys, let us get seated tafadhali. Shika kidogo we selector, shika kidogo. Shika kidogo selector. Tafadhali all of us wenye tuko pale kwa counter, let us get seated for a minute. Please guys, I beg you. Let us get done with this and then we proceed, please. All of us was still standing and need tafadhali, let us get seated. Please guys. Please guys, let us get seated for a minute. We are coming there, please. Please guys, I beg of you. Yeah, let us not spoil the various good moments that we have started building just because of a few self-interest that we have. Please guys, I beg of you, let us get seated so that we proceed. Yes, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, now allow me to say this. As the Nubian community, they have been working so closely with the AMSHIL, and I'm going to just give them 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. And we want you to tell us the advantages of you guys working with AMSHIL. What have you gained from AMSHIL, working together with AMSHIL, the partnership you had with AMSHIL, and then maybe some of the things you need us to correct as we work together in this journey. In less than 3 minutes, I'll give you and Alawia a moment in less than 5 minutes so that you guys tell us a bit of the journey you've done with AMSHIL and the advantages or the good things you've seen and what we need to correct as AMSHIL so that you guys be in a better place tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremony. As you've heard, my name is Al-Haj Ramadan Hussein. I come from the Nubian community within the Nubia village, and maybe a bit history. And I'm glad on 18th we are celebrating the International Day for the Protection of the Minority. I was there, Bomas of Kenya, and a lot of things were discussed. And maybe that's where AMSHIL should start from, the last question that he has asked me. We were told, and surprisingly enough, among the minority tribes, the minority tribe whose population is more than the others were found to be Nubians. Inside Bomas there, it was discovered that Nubians are more than the other minority groups within the country. And maybe what we were told on behalf of the president, and maybe he did not come, he sent the Minister for Tourism and the other PSS in that relevant ministry. They told us that the constitution is there and the UN has made it that compulsory that each and every country should celebrate or should commemorate on 18th of December every year as a day for the minority, which our beloved president has done it now for the second time. All along, this thing was enacted by the UN for how many years? 34 years ago, but only our president did it last year and again this year. And we thank him for that. And everybody was very, very thankful because Kenya has now recognized the existence of the minority within this country. And what the ministers exonerated themselves from the plight, from what we are going through. They say now the constitution of 2010 has actually enshrined everything that is expected for the protection of the minority within this constitution of 2010. But where we have the problem is enactment in the parliament. It's only the parliament which has not come up with an act that is going to protect the minority within this country. That is what you are told. And all the body, even on behalf of the president, they exonerated themselves from the plight that the minority are going through. And maybe now, the one thing that Arm Shield will have a responsibility to do, we also have a county assembly here. We really have to push an enactment for the recognition and protection of the minority within this community, within the Abaguzi community, because we are here to stay. Some of you may be wondering, where did these Nubians come from? The history started 1895 when they came from Sudan, and they were scattered all over Kenya. They were the soldiers of the British imperialists who were colonizing Kenya. They found Nubians to be very, very good soldiers. So after independence, they left and left the Nubians here. That is how we came to find ourselves here. I always commended one of the MPs, the late Endoo. He has always been talking to the Abaguzi community. And he was saying, why don't you find a space in your heart to accept the Nubians like any Omben Kogoti Yaguzi? Why don't you find a space in your heart and accept these people? They have nowhere to go and they are here to stay. Are we the ones who came here? No. So actually you have a task. While I'm going to actually appreciate the recognition and the highlighting of the plight of the Nubians that you've done since you started. I cannot remember when, but I'm happy. Some of our children, our girls are working with you. That one is a plus. If already unemployment has been created, and that is one thing that Nubians have always cried of, let alone the rest. That one, the government has assured us that they have recognized the minority. The only thing is now the parliament, the parliamentarians should be pushed to actually do something about the enactment, because the constitution is already clear about the rights and the plights of the minority. It is saddening that you come to Nubia village. The roads passing through Nyanjwa is well tarmacked. Another part passing through Musokomjinga to Darajambili to Botori is well tarmacked. But you cannot move the vehicle from one end of Nubia to the other. And it's a very small place. 1.1 kilometers of a road cannot be done. Right now you cannot pass a vehicle within Nubia. Why? I don't know why. Because Nubia is part and parcel of Uzi land. Any development down there, the road is not meant for the Nubians. It is meant for the public. So I still urge Amshid, please, wherever you are, help us to push this agenda. It is not going to cost you anything, and there is nothing wrong with us asking for our right. I call upon Alawia to come and say something.
Hello everyone. Hello. I'm Hawia Sharif. First of all, I'm very grateful to be here today. I want to thank IPE Kenya. I'm very grateful because it's the one that started this journey up to now where I'm here. I'm short of words, but I'd like to thank Amisi. He has been my mentor since 2021. I could not even stand in front of people to speak as I am speaking today. But through IPE Kenya, I am able to stand in front of you and even speak. Kindly applause for Amisi. He's the one who has mentored me from 2021 up to now. It's been a long journey. I was not empowered, but currently I'm very empowered through IPE Kenya. I'm very grateful to IPE Kenya. we as the minority, at least in IPEC Kenya, we are being considered from the minority community. At least we are also shining like other organizations outside there. Kindly applause for IPEC Kenya. I would like to add our CEO. Let's continue with this spirit of involving other fellow young women and women. We continue empowering our people from the minority community so that they could also know their rights, so that no one can violate their rights since they are minorities. Let's continue championing for the voiceless. Let's continue to advocate for the minorities since some of the developments are not being brought there. Through IPEC Kenya, IPEC has given us different opportunities. Me as a young woman, I was privileged. Through IPEC, I went to Indonesia. Because of that, my one mentor, I would like, through IPEC, we have even distributed some nets in our community. And through IPEC, an initiative very soon, before the end of this year, is also coming to our community again. God bless IPEC Kenya, God bless Amisi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I like how brief we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move to our next session, which is very brief. And since Anaj has just posed a question to our CSOs, I'm going to give in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to call upon Mr. Endoo from Amnesty International. In less than 5 minutes, there are questions that I has posed, and there are some other issues he has talked about. In less than 5 minutes, as the representative of the CSOs who is now here with us, to say something, rather the question that was posed to the CSOs, so that we also get to understand where we are headed and what the CSOs need to do. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
My good people, I don't think I really have words to extend to Amisi, the CEO, Amnesty International, because this gesture of bringing us together here is really a big show of the need of unity and unity of purpose. That is number one. Number two, we've worked with Amisi for some time. We happen to come from Amnesty International, I come from Amnesty International, so there is something that is binding. And one thing I like about him is like, when we have an issue, we have an OCS, we have a IO, we have a ODPP, any trouble that we come across, one phone call, Amisi doesn't ask me if there is means to travel, like many other people are used to. So I want to applaud this man, this young man. He's just a spirited man, a fighter. I've had many opportunities of going through training on public participation. We've had opportunities of doing very many things together. But I want to say that training and capacity building has been the greatest strength of Amnesty International. Therefore, I think we need to appreciate them. On another note, I don't know what happens that some organizations are so good and others are very mean. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate IPEC Kenya and the Amnesty International, the donors, for having given us little money to make us move, and we have really moved. We're here courtesy of the money that's come from the donor, and therefore I want us to appreciate this group of people. One thing amuses me, that with these many things that Amnesty International does with the issues of mobilization, advocacy, lobbying, community mobilization, and all this that they do, there isn't enough that can make us move. If we got more money, because I believe for free, this is an organization and the leadership that can transform and change Gusii, including the Nubia community that we are talking about today. So I want to beg, if there is an opportunity to ask, if there is funding that has been of meaning and a lot of importance to this community and the Nubian community, Amnesty International, wherever they are, the donors and those who have a role to play, we appreciate that this has done a good job. So I want to appreciate Amnesty or the Amnesty International so far. I do not understand one thing. that in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, Amis was in the planning committee. He moved with us for 16 days non-stop. I do not know who funded him, but one thing I know is that Amshid International, with the people that are around him, and because I know Amis is not alone, he must be having a group of people working around him. I want to appreciate that the 16 days of activism was success, courtesy of Amshid International in collaboration with other organizations. One thing makes me very excited, that Amshid International works collaboratively with other organizations. Unlike other organizations where people get the little money and funding they get, they want to take photos and hide the resources. But for this particular kind of organization, anything that comes is brought to board, and all of us have had a share of it, that training or getting some fair reimbursement. One thing I think I want to appreciate and acknowledge. For my brother from the Nubian community, I want us to say this earlier. We are not different, all of us are Kenyans. Whether we came and we were left here by default or design, ultimately we are all Kenyans. I want us to hold to the national flag and national emblem and hold to it and push, because nobody is going to give us free citizenship. We are citizens by birth and by right, and therefore we shall demand for recognition. I want to take this opportunity to tell those of us who are coming from the county government and the public participation director is here. It is not a question of taking wine or rather breaching water while taking wine. The people from the Nubian community want a policy to recognize them and allocate them resources in this county, including every other part of resources that are coming from Kisi County and all the city level, whatever. I want to beg, with a lot of humility, that you go back and tell your boss, the CEO of Kisi County, that the Nubian community want recognition and they want equal opportunity because they are voters in this region and therefore they demand that they need to. Finally, because of my day, I wanted to say that this gesture of an invitation for a cup of tea, a bite, a dance around this, and a celebration of our achievements, we have got our challenges that are hanging. And I wish to ask every one of us to go back. Now we are reflecting on what happened in 2024. We are getting to 2025. Look at this. How many people did you collaborate with? How much money did you get? How much money did Amshid International give us? And I believe wherever they are and watching, they will give us more. Because this party is not because of anything, because of them, and we are celebrating our success. Then I also want to ask other stakeholders, as we go home, let us not work in a vacuum. Let us not work for self-recognition. Let us work like Amshid does work. Let us work like Amisi does, such that all people combined and all forces join together. We shall be a formidable force. When we will go to the Mate police station with Amisi and the rest, when we go to the ombudsman and the ODPP, and when we go to the courts, we bang their tables and they will listen to us. With those very remarks, I feel humbled and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry from Amnesty International. Thank you so much. And it's always a good thing to hear our partners speak well about our organization. Sindio? Nimesikia wamesema hatufichi pesa. Kama ni transport reimbursement, it gets done on the table. Kama ni hizo vitu zingine, we do it on the table. Sindio? Yeah, we are a group, or rather, Mr. Henry, every other individual umeona hapa, we brought them on board because they are very open in their dealings. Yeah, any other person who has worked with Mr. Oyaro where he is sitting, they will tell you everything is always on the table, sindio? Wale watu wa NCCK wako wapi? Ile timu inaendanga NCCK wako wapi? Wako, sindio? Tupigeni pia Mr. Oyaro makofi because we need to, there's one thing we also need to accept, sawa. When someone does something good, let us appreciate them, sawa. And we say, in Dani Amshil, we say there is always no competition. We do things as a team. Whether you come from which organization, whether you come from a different background, Amshil accepts each and every individual. Are we together? So ladies and gentlemen, at this particular moment, we will have our next set, but our next set is going to come after this particular activity that we want to run right now. And so, I'm going to request each and every individual. Tumeongea sana. Wachana na kiti, amka kidogo, weka kalamu chini. Yes, create some space for yourselves. Wale wamelala amka. Kama umelala amka. Tunaamka. Wewe Sali, nitaanza kuita na majina. Mr. Matundura tunaamka. Kila mtu amka. Haya, stretch. We are stretching. Stretch kidogo. Stretch kidogo. DJ King, whenever you're ready, I'm always ready. Ready, tafadhali shika kidogo. Haya. If you know this, get down with me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I think. Yo. Say. Let's go. Tunakuja hapo. Wote wakuja leo, we are coming back up to you. Tunakuja hapo. So, ladies and gentlemen, kama unataka kudansi zaidi, unanilipa alafu mimi naweka DJ unadansi mpaka asubuhi. Sawa, wewe dada na yako. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for the executive director of Shing International. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Watu wakiongea sana saa zingine maneno yanakosa. My team, my staff, kindly kuja mbele. Tumalize watu wa kule. Ndio mdani, ndio? Nataka kubaki kindly, my staff kuja mbele. Mage tumeenda wapi? Jeremy. Fred yako wapi? Fred. Okay. Nataka tufanye hivi sababu ya muda pia kuna wenye wafaa kwenda. Nilisema leo tulikuwa tunakuja hapa kushare success stories, challenges kama zipo na vile tunaweza zaidi watu wapo wao. Hao watazungumza majina yao na ile department ambayo imesimamia. Lakini Edna, Fred and Milva watanguza tu tatu because nimesikia kutoka kwa partners hata tukae hapa sana. 3 from Edna, success stories, challenges kutoka kwa Milva, nini unafikiri kwa challenges, and then Fred a crown na our projection next year. Tuna project nini? 3. And then tumalize. Sisi tuanze na Nella.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Sure. Indeed, it's a good evening. I really want to thank God for the fact that He has brought us. Sisi kama IPEC, sisi wote ni familia moja. In one way or another, mumetusaidia ku come this far. My name is Nelda Kemuto, and I'm the communications person. And one word to our CEO, you are a true...
Hello everyone. I'm Halaria Sharif, Project Officer representing the minority. How many are happy to be here today? Si muenjoy? Kama si hapa mungejoy kweli? Ameni sio wetu asante. Mwambieni Mungu ambariki. Kama 2025 atujalie tukue na kitu kama hii bigger. Thank you, Ami. Kumoto. Habari yenu? Habari ya kila mtu. Ni kumoto. Ama nyinyi mnafeel aje? Mnafeel aje? Ni kumoto. All right, thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. My name is Valgona Nyamboke Nyangaresi from South Africa, that is South Mugirango. I'm the program officer in charge of sexual gender-based violence in tunafanya kwa South Mugirango. And to our boss, we want to say thank you, because you have never given up on us. You are always there to guide us, to encourage us, and unatupenda sisi wote equally. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and please, inshallah, tukifika 2025 tupeleke tena sijui Naivasha. Nataka kwenda wapi? Mombasa. Tafadhali, and to our donors, we thank you so much. And our partners, thank you so much. May God bless you all. Na tuendelee kujibamba. Thank you so much. Good. Amjambo nyote. Amjambo. Kama mtiki amtoki hapa. Amjambo. Wana sapato poleni sana. Sapato nimewapata nje lakini sijali. So kwa majina naitwa Edna Asambo. Vile nilikosema mara ya kwanza mimi ndio program coordinator katika IPEC. Na nataka kugusia kidogo tu kuhusu mambo ambayo tumeweza kuyatekeleza ama achievements ambazo tumepata kama shirika, lakini mengi yameshasemwa. In between the conversations, so many things were coming up, if you took note of that. So one major achievement that we've done as an organization is transitioning from being a youth group. You heard from what John has said and everybody else. For those of us who are interacting with the arm shield, not quite deeply. Mulisikia tulikuwa tunafanya theater performances and stuff. But now we've gone even into programming. Initially ilikuwa unapewa 300, mnaenda market, unarudi nyumbani na other organizations. But right now, as an institution, we have the capacity for even resource mobilize and implement projects. For me, that is the biggest achievement, okay? So, apart from other networks and policy development programs that we've participated in within the county and other levels, we also have other networks, both regionally and nationally. You've had someone went to Indonesia. We have someone who went to Geneva sometime a few months ago to represent IPEC.
And for us, that is also recognition at that level as an organization. So it shows that we also have a platform at those levels to engage and also build the network for IPEC. At the national level, we interact with the Defenders Coalition, we work with other consortiums, for example, CRECO and other organizations in terms of governance and all that. At the local level, Kate is there, we have KCCSO networks, we have, sorry, I forgot about the region. We have Lake Region Budget Hub, whereby we had a lot of discussions around the budget issues, where we also have champions, youths identified, to do a lot of championings in terms of advocacy in regard to budget development or budget making process. So as an organization, I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to say that we've already made it. There are things that we've not yet done, but for the few things that we've done, with the little resources that we are allocated, then I believe we tried our best. There is the impact that can be felt in those spaces within the county government, within the national government, that we sit and also our input and not necessarily IPEC's input, but the input from the people that we serve, the minority groups, the people that we reach within the community are also, the input is being heard. So thank you so much. We thought of doing a lot of things and a lot of slides, but because of time, and we see this, kuna kitu huko nyuma ina attempt watu. Unaona watu wanashinda wakisonga hivi, na bado kuna mambo ya kusakata ngoma na nini, and some of us need to go and see children. So I'll just leave it at that. But I believe there's so many things we'll be able to share some of our reports and success stories with everybody else, so that to see it into your time. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. Hello. Good evening once again. Milva Nanjiri. I work with IPEC in the finance department. Kama umekaa kando na zako, mgeukie, mwambie, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Hello, say it. Kama watu mnaamini. This is just the beginning. Thank you. You heard my colleague Edna talk about our success stories, and as we know, in every sector, hapakosi changamoto, sivyo? Yeah, so for us, IPEC, I could say we have recorded a few challenges. And challenge number one is about sustainability. You know, this work, human rights work, is not a one-time thing, sivyo? It's a continuous process. But then, as we know, our donors, at some point, wanna pull out, wanaenda maybe to other regions, sivyo? So for us, IPEC, changamoto yetu moja ni hiyo sustainability of the programs after the donor maybe ameenda to other sectors ama to other regions. But we are trying to navigate that challenge. Ndio maana tumejoin hizi regional networks. Kuna hizo national networks na pia kuna hizi zetu hapa local networks. And apart from that, we are also trying to empower the champions who come from those communities, so that at the end of the day, wale donors wakienda, kuna wa champions watabaki wakifanya hiyo kazi, si ndio? Another thing, we work with the minority group, and as you all know, politics is a game of numbers, si ndio? Na hapa Nubians ni wachache sana, si ndio? Do we have a Nubian MC? MCA? No. MP? No. That shows you politics is a game of numbers. Na because the Nubian community wako very few, tukona challenge ya political unwillingness. Ila hawana ile political will, because wako like hawa hata tusipowasaidia, these are just a few people. Hata wakipiga kura, wengine wakipiga kura tufanye tutachukua. But we are calling onto our political representations. Make sure that there is inclusivity. Hata kama watu ni wachache wanachangia, si unalipa tax wao pia kama sisi wengine wako na biashara, si ndio? So we are calling out to the political representative to ensure that there is inclusivity. And another thing, hizi programs zetu mostly ziko funded activity based. So our staffs wetu hawalipwi, wako volunteers. Ndio maana ukionanga abisi akiambiwa fanye mobilization, sometimes ana consider staffs wake pia, sio? kwa sababu that's the only way it can be able to empower them. Yeah, so thank you all. I wish you all a nice evening, and let us continue praying so that next year vitu zikuwe better. Thank you.
I think majority of my colleagues have said too much. And Ma, how are you? Uko salama kabisa? Now, majority of my colleagues have said too much, and I think I would not want to preempt what they have said. And one of the things I will tell you is we're waking up to 2025. This is a new year. And one of the things we want to be able to wake up to as IPEC is partnership and sustainability. I think Melv has spoken about it, but again, I want to drive deeper into it to be able to say that we're doing programs as IPEC, but we also want to be able to establish roots deeply into whatever we're doing and be able to have a reason why we're doing it. But can we be able to have a reason why we're doing it beyond funding? Can we be able to have a reason why we're doing it beyond anything else? But can we be able to call Al-Hajj and tell Subkem that we have this activity we need to conduct, minus funding, that we can be able to do what? To conduct. Can we be able to hold this celebration minus funding? Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Inshallah! Inshallah! Unajua shida ya kukuwa na mtoto Mkristo na Muislamu ni moja, kwamba utafika mahali anashindwa kusema amina ama inshallah. So leo tuko hapa, but ukweli ni kwamba tunafaa kufikiria dili ya mbele ya mradi. And truthfully is we're talking about sustainability. And sustainability means we need to talk about beyond the program that is funded. And that's the reason why we're sitting here. And as IPEC today, we're sitting here because we need to be able to have a conversation that is beyond what has been funded. Can we have a program that is, can we call people today and have a conversation about the Nubians? Can we talk about the marginalized community minus a funding? That's the conversation we're thinking about what will happen in 2025, because the majority of the programs we're having today are funded. Similar note is, as IPEC, we also want to increase our visibility. Our visibility in the essence that we are already in 6 counties. Can we be able to increase our visibility to 8 counties and be able to have a conversation in those 8 counties minus a funding? A funding in that we can be able to have a conversation with Amnesty International. Can we be able to collaborate and be able to handle human rights issues? On the similar note is that funding currently, if you realize the trajectory of funding is changing. And when it's changing, it means we also need to change our game. If we can't change our game, that means then we are on our obsolete. We already have partners, but the question is, which partner can we partner with in the next financial year to be able to achieve the goals, the milestones and the goals that we've been able to achieve as Amnesty, as Amnesty International, to be able to achieve? Does it mean when the donor drops us, the funding goes, do we drop every single activity that we have to be able to implement, and do we lose every milestone that we have been able to achieve? So as part of and parcel of the milestones is we've been able to have a conversation as the board, and we're looking forward to be able to have an international board. Not only a single national board, but an international board, whereby we could be able to have a conversation of how do we handle international matters as an organization. And in that extent is, how do we resource mobilize and do from who to be able to serve the people in Kenya, and not only in Kenya, but against the people who are experiencing, and they experience that it's no longer an international matter, but a national matter with different countries that are experiencing human rights issues. Not from Ukraine, not from Palestine, not from Israel, but how can we as an organization be able to pull our resources together to have a conversation that can be not ending today, but again, a conversation that counts. A conversation that means a lot to the people who are standing. Similarly, we also want to increase our visibility. And increasing our visibility means we have a bigger challenge to handle from what we're handling today. From what we handled 2024, where we're sitting today and saying that this is what we did. But how can we handle? As an organization, we still have a challenge. We want more resources, but are we able to handle the resources that we are able to receive? So we also need capacity building. The resource that we count about, we need more resources, but do we have the capacity to handle the resources that we're requesting from our partners who have been able to entrust us with more resources to be able to handle more resources as we speak? So as we speak this, as an organization, we need more capacity building, more system strengthening to be able to handle more resources, and be able to maintain the programs we started. Because we could not call the participants, I will not want to call them beneficiaries today, but I want to call them participants of the program we have had successfully today, and say that whatever we have achieved, do we call it off today? It's a question to you. Do we call it off today and say, we celebrate we achieved this, so we're gonna move to another? We have still a challenge to ensure that whatever we achieved, how can we maintain it and ensure sustainability and we're able to progress as an organization. And that is a pull and a challenge to us as an organization to pull more resources, to pull more partners, and to attract more partners and ensure that whoever we had as a partner, we are able to maintain, not only maintain, but exceed what we had as a target as an organization. But that means also it's a responsibility to us to do more to the people who entrust us with the responsibility of reaching them with more. So kwa sasa tunaomba kwamba, I know as much as we're looking for resources outside, we also are a resource in a big way. In one way or the other, we are a resource in that we can offer our resource, either human resource, capital, or we can offer our simple resource to ensure that we are able to achieve and reach that minority person who has not been reached as a program. So naamini kwamba sisi wote tutafanya nini? Tutasaidiana kuhakikisha kwamba ule hajafikiwa amefanya nini? Amefikiwa. Asante.
Okay. Siongei sana. Nataka nianzie kwenye project nianzia. Amshiri International, tukiangalia hapo. Kwanza jina ni IPEC Kenya. Why Amshiri International Peace Champions? We decided to call ourselves Amshiri International because kuna challenges mingi ambazo zinakuja kwa community. Challenges zikuja wakati watu wameenda kuwapita. Kuna mikuki, kuna mishale. Tunatumianga nini? Mkono. Tunatumianga shield, eh? Shield unaweka kwa kichwa, kwa tumbo, ama wapi? Sasa ndio maana tunaita arm shield. Yaani tuko na shield na tumeiweka kwa arm. Maana yake ni fitness for mabaya yote ambayo yanatokea kwa nini? Ndio maana tulikuja na arm shield. International, we are aiming international as wengine wamesema. Mlisikia hata nani Henry akisema. Peace, the reason why tuliamua kwa watu wa amani, kama kuna amani, kila kitu kiko sawa. In fact, mkiwa msikitini mna swali ama mko kwa kanisa, mtu apige risasi, utasahau ulikuwa mambo Mungu ambao unaweza taka ukufa, kuchukua sasa hivi utaruka kwanza. Ni kama niongo. So kila kitu ni amani. Alafu champions, we want to champions to sky to reach Nelda reaching to mwingine, we are champion for this peace. Ndio hiyo jina Amshiri International Peace Champion tulikuja. Alafu tukaiweka in short kwa IPEC. Reason ya hii kuwa ndogo, kuna wengine wanatokea kwa mkutano wanaandika yote in caps, IPEC. Hii inasimama vitu vingi. E is for environment, na vitu vingine. Ndio maana ni ndogo. Empowerment ni one of the ways tunatumia ya kufanya community fanya nini? Iende mbele. Communities are concerned, hiyo ni moto ambayo tuko nayo. Bila mlisikia tulianza 2005 kama youth interest organization, baadaye tukaregister kama youth group. Yaani tukue kama youth group ambao mlisikia kile wale waliwaambia kuanga chair at some point. Tukasema sababu wengine tumetoka kwa youth ama kuna wengine wanaweza taka kujoin kama Alhaj na yeye si youth. Ajisikie comfortable na one group. Tukaregister ikawa CEO 2022. Bila unaona vision peke yake, create and inform. Ukitaka kusaidia mtu muinform, mpatie information ama muempower. written and informed. Ukiinform mtu tunataka hii cohesiveness pamoja, wewe ni Mkristo, ni Muislamu, ni mlemavu, cohesiveness kuwa pamoja. Mkileta hii nini ya cohesiveness kuwa umoja, obviously amani itakuwa. Na kwa society yote ambayo iko na amani lazima ifanye nini? Lazima idevelop. Ni kweli ama ni uongo? So from peacefulness tufanye biashara zetu, tuone vizuri, tufanye mambo mengine ndio tuendelee ku develop society. Sasa watu ambao wamekuja hapa mbele, I don't pay them. They voluntarily work. Wapige kwanza makofi. Niko na staff ambao sisi sababu Amshiri International hatuna funding kama organization. Amshiri International inafanya partnership vile Fred alisema. Tunapata NCCK inataka kufanya activity, they engage us. Tunapata minority inataka kufanya activity, they engage us. Tunapata kuna nyingine imekuja na International Institute of War and Peace Reporting, they engage us. So we do different activities but being supported by different partners. Lakini sisi kama group tunafanya nini? Hatujafandiwa. Tutakuja kufika pale na wao watu wamepata pesa wamefandiwa, hatujapata funding directly. Ndio maana tuliweza changa pesa tulipo ofisi. Tuliweza changa pesa kama nataka kutuma Edna Nairobi tumpatie na Nairobi fanya function. But inshallah next year ama miaka ijayo watu wakiona kazi ambayo tutaifanya tutapata funding na sisi tuanze kujilipa hata kama ni 10,000 ndio mtoto wangu aende shule ndio pia kufanya kitu kama hicho. So hii kazi ambayo tunaifanya kwa sasa tunajituma, hakuna kulipwa na hatuna vile mtu wa mdhamini ambaye anafanya kazi na sisi amesema ametuengage. Lakini wanatuengage kwa nini? Kwa activities. La mwisho, kuna questionnaire ambayo mlipatiwa ambayo ni kama evaluation. Sababu hakuna wakati mtaka kuiandika na kuna raportua wetu. Ningeisoma hizi questions 5 tafadhali. Tukatiwe keki. Sababu sisi tuanze 2005 mpaka saa hii tuko na miaka 19. Na kwa hiyo miaka 19 tulikuwa tunafaa kucelebrate our anniversary on 5th because tulianzisha hii organization wakati wa birthday yangu. Tukasema sababu hiyo siku imepita, tulete keki ya anniversary, tuikate, tuseme tuliambiana, tukazungumza, lakini pia tukate na keki ya kuambiana tukiingia 20 mmetubariki. Si sawa? Tuanze na question number 1. How satisfied are you with the IPEX presentation overall?
Very satisfied.
Excellent. How relevant was the content? Content inaweza kuwa tumekuwa kwa community. In fact tumekuwa tukifanya acting, tumekuwa tukifanya workshops, tumekuwa tukitoa movies at some point na naitwaje? Movies na hizi skits. Tunaenda kwa mbele. Kuna wenye mmetuona tukifunga kufuli tuleni na nisema tulianzia mahali baadhi wenye kwa wanatuona. So tunatumia mbinu tofauti. Lakini wenye mmetuona kwa hizo mbinu tofauti, mnafikiria content sisi kama IPEC tunaitoa namna gani? Iko sawa. Na effectiveness ya hiyo content kuideliver, in fact ndio tunatumia zile tunatuonaga kwa TV, saa zingine hiyo ni so iko sawa. Logistically, hatukuchukua magharibi, hatukuenda kwa Bosire, tuko Mwalimu. Mnafikiria penye tumeweka facility iko sawa? Number 1. Mlo sijui kama umekula kitu kwenye umekula uko sawa. Hatuna funding lakini tulijaribu, hamwezi kuja hapa kurudi hivyo. Kuna pikipiki ama kuna taxi. Tukaona acha tutafute pesa kutoka pale tutafuta at least mpata fare ya kurudi. Logistic wise unafikiria iko sawa ama bado tugezani?
Iko sawa.
Ya kumaliza. Mnafikiria workshop ilikuwa sasa hivi kwa siku ya leo? Ilikuwa excellent. To improve me in the next workshops God willing. Kama utapata funding ama kama utapata funding nini tunaweza grow? Sababu kila kitu hizi kwa shwari. Timing.
Yes.
Moderators
should moderate and give time.
Time.
Yes, you can't be given a microphone to speak forever.
Sababu hiyo hiyo ni moja. Nyingine mnafikiria vipi tunafanya better in our subsequent workshops? Yes.
Next time wanaume watii sheria ya
Next time wanaume watii sheria. Kama umeambiwa unafaa kuja saa 2 kuja saa 2. Ukiambiwa kuja na dinner dress kuja na dinner dress. Ukiambiwa unafaa tuende na taxi tusipande taxi usema nataka kupanda meli, si ndio? Lakini umespecify wanaume. Yes. Substitute tea na kitu kingine ambao wale wenye watumii chai. Yes. Yes.
There was so much content.
Yes.
But the time was so limited.
Yes.
Maybe next time we can start in the afternoon.
Yes.
So we can start from 2 to around 9.
Thank you. Depending na hiyo siku imepangwa. Kama ni siku mzima tujaribu kuweka content to spread display iko pressed ni moja. Yes. Equivalent. Thank you. Yes.
We have 100 people.
Yes.
Expect to jaribu takawini. Thank you.
Yaani anasema ikiwezekana next time nisaidie kuwa na event kama hii hapa. Tuende hata kama ni Kisumu ama tuende Narok ama Takawini ni place ikiwezekana. As a same opinion say hi. Ndio mnataka. Yes. Unaongea kama mshiriki ama participant?
Individual.
Yes.
As a participant,
yes.
I'm requesting that all those opinions, can you fill the form that is within your bahasha?
Apatiane.
As a referral, as a feedback, and it will be so great for us to be able to receive that.
Thank you. Ya mwisho kabisa, another comment. Nani anafeel kuna kitu nafaa kuongea? Inaweza kuwa ni logistic, inaweza kuwa ni mambo ya mlo, inaweza kuwa ni mambo ya mavazi. Yes, Ina.
So, for me, my comment is not regarding this, but everybody else
yes.
here. If you find opportunities, when you find opportunities for those who work in the civil society, for those in the media,
yes.
sometimes there are adverts that zinaweza tupita, just forward for us so that we can also try and apply and resource mobilize so that we can go to town.
Thank you. Yeah.
See? So if there are opportunities, ukisikia kama kuna opportunity, kama takani internship or something, just forward, because we have a lot of young people within the organization who need such experience.
Thank you so much. Oh, ulikuwa umemalizia hapo. La mwisho kabisa, Amshil iko kwa social media. Kindly to follow Facebook, Amshil International Peace Champions. Na pia tuko kwa Instagram, but mostly tunatumianga Facebook. Kwa sisi watu wakiona mko wengi watajua watu wanafanya kazi. Kulike, na kusubscribe kama na kucomment. Tuko pamoja? Na pia tuko na website www.ipekenya.org. Unaweza pata kuna opportunity inakuja hapo, kuna comment section, tunaweza karibisha hiyo sana. La mwisho kabisa nikipatia MC Mike. After hapa muenjoy meal yenu. Mkimaliza meal tutakata keki. Hiyo keki ni special sababu miaka mtoto mwenye alizaliwa saa hii amemaliza university 20 years. So baadaye kunaweza kuwa na maji. Lakini maji ya hapa. So tukipata maji tukumbuke tunaenda nyumbani. Na tukipata maji pia tukumbuke usikose jirani yako. Festivals zinakuja, kuna Christmas, kuna Happy New Year tarehe 1. Kindly tukule vizuri, tuchunge na Mungu vizuri, lakini mkumbuke chanjo ya school fees inakuja, msikule yote. Sawa. Thank you, asante kwa kuja. Thank you kwa wakati wenu. Mungu awabariki na anawapenda sana. Thank you so much na barikiwa.
Thank you so much. Before you enter kuja hapa. Wangapi wanajua ile ngoma Kasongo Kasongo mbona wewe? Mbona mtu anasema mbona wewe? Haya sasa Senator. Tumefika ile wakati. Ladies and gentlemen, sitaki kuweka sana. Blackberry, whenever you're ready with your team, wewe ni changamsha niambie you guys are ready. Haya. Mambo iko best? Select a king whenever you're ready. Select a king whenever you're ready. All of us are ready. Tuamke kidogo. Tukileta keki tuamke kidogo. Amka tu kidogo, acha kiti kidogo. Wacha kiti kidogo. If you know what the Lord has done into you, kama unajua kitu Mungu amekufanyia, amka. Amka. Nipe sauti. Weke na wewe. Sikiza. Hey baba, korozu marema wanetomi. Hekima unaidi kotuna baba. Simama kona bibi. Ile baba yake go. Bipaka ya kumeta dunia wale. Hiyo ni mimi kwa hiki bali matamu. Nitazwana shandili ya kwa ndani. Ile wakina. Sema, lakini ni ndani dunia. Saida kwa Amani metulia, unaga mbaya. Hata wale wanadai usura, shamba yao mbaya. You got me where you got me. You got me where you got me, Papa. You got me where you got me. Haya, seleta shika. Black, relax, Black, tulia. Tulia.
Sipone kuliendaje? Titi.
Okay, seleta. Seleta, sikia. Wait, hello, team. Nataka kila mtu akuje hivi kidogo for the purposes ya kuweka pale kwa social media, pale kwa gazeti, wale wa yo King umenicheza. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to request all of us to kuje hii side kidogo, and then I tell you what we are doing. Select hiyo ngoma from the top. Hiyo ngoma tu from the top.
Small, South America. America yawa.
Wait, sasa na hiyo ngoma iko na wakati wake. Jamani, nani alipea huyu mtu microphone? Nani?
Wewe.
Mimi. Aya, nimejaribia lakini kwa sawa. Kujeni tafadhali Paulo, PWD kujeni kila mtu wote ndio hapa. Freddy, time hiyo ngoma inakuja bado. Bado. Guys, Mr. Yaro, please we come. We want to do a photo. We want to do a certain photo that we will always use on our social media platforms. And then we get done. Yo. Hello, tuharakishe kidogo Mr. Mangumu, we need all of you music. Tunawahitaji wote hapa tafadhali. I need the whole team here. Yes. Skizeni. Wait, as the others come, Gian and the rest, I need you here. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands.
Peleka maisha pole pole, lazima mwenyewe sitoke. Kunywa maji, ukimaliza kunywa pombe. Peleka maisha pole pole, lazima mwenyewe sitoke. Songa ukali, amojue kesho moja. Habari yako?
Unajua sisi, mimi niliwaambia you guys are not ready for us, sawa. So there's something we want to do, something that is very dear to us, something that is very special, sawa. Now, I'm going to request the following individuals wasonge hapa mbele kidogo. Tafadhali, now, tafadhali tusikizane. I'm going to request the following individuals wakuje mbele, sawa. Amisi, utasonga mbele kidogo. And now utakuja mbele kidogo please. Pale mali Amisi yako. Haya, Mr. Oyaro, I need you karibu na mali ule ako anaitwa nani? Anaitwa Edna. Jian. Madam Jian, tafadhali unakuja hapa karibu, kuna space iko hapa na nakutaka hapo. Nakutaka kwa hiyo space tafadhali for just 1 second. Hapa kuna space, wewe enda tu atakwambia. So guys, nakutaka hapa. I want you here. For the last time, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, say ahoo. If you're happy and you know, say I beg. If you're happy and you know, say I beg. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, say I beg. Now ladies and gentlemen, out of your expectations, out of the expectations, tafadhali Blackie nitolee hizi sahani hapa kidogo. You guys you're not ready. Mtu anisaidie zile wine glass. Freddy nisaidie hizo wine glass. Haya.
Unataka ngapi?
Leta zote. Blackie tafadhali fungua hii keki na huko mbali alafu niletee. Shika. Now guys, hello, tuko pamoja. Mkwe na mimi because whatever I'm going to do in the next 1 minute, no one is expecting whatever that is I'm going to do. So ladies, relax. Now, as Bilba is getting ready, nataka Amisi apop hii wine iko hapa. Sawa? Nataka Amisi apop hii wine iko hapa. Shake. Shake. Haya, sasa tunafanya hivi. Haya, Freddy. Yes sir. Ile sauti yetu sasa ndio inakuja. Boss, mama Milka bonyo. Bado. Boss, mama Milka.
Nije ngoja kidogo. Wale nilikula fea. Amesi ngoja kidogo. Usikule fea kama mimi. Boss, mama Milka bonyo waru.
So, ngoja, wewe tulia. Sasa I'm replacing Amisi. Unanibo toka hapo, unaongea mingi. Wachana na hiki tu. Mimi nakuja nishikie kitu. Wewe kuja tu nishikie kitu.
Habari yako?
I am the MC, everybody relax. Sawa.
Just a minute, your father is so fast.
Wewe wacha. Milva, shake. Shake. Selector. Nataka ngoma ya birthday kwa sababu tunafanya hivi. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me say this hapa mali tuko. Happy birthday Milva.
Leo DJ ni mheshimiwa, kama freshi marashi nimejaa, maheta wako pale kwenye
Thank you so much. Now, unajua niliwaambia you guys are not ready for me. Hii keki ndio umekata hivi. Iweke pale kwanza kidogo.
Ulikuwa nadhani unaenda naye nyumbani.
Haya. Blaki.
Blackberry. Blackberry. Unajua leo tunasherehekea birthday si ya mtu mmoja, si ya kampuni. Na tunasema kwamba Amstel International asimaja tunataka kukumbuka Milba. Tunasherehekea, tunaenda kukata keki tukikumbuka Amstel International na tukikumbuka kwamba Milba leo ni siku yake. Na vile tukikata ile mandazi nyumbani siku ya 25th. Tuseme happy birthday.
Wewe ukikata mandazi wachana na watu wengine. Wewe kula mandazi peke yako.
Sina ubaya lakini najua mtu mmoja kanashia birthday ya 25th. Amisi yoyonge.
Now, allow me again to now, tunataka kila mtu hapa. And there are people I want to meet in the front picture. Mr. Oyaro, I need Hilary Matundora in front. I will need a representative, Al-Aj. I don't know if Al-Aj is around. Al-Aj, is someone called Al-Aj for me? Al-Aj, this is now the final moment. This is the final thing we are doing today. Yeah, I want Al-Aj to be here.
Al-Aj.
The rest of us tafadhali tuende kwa nyuma. Nenda we will do
tafadhali tunataka kuhakikisha hii keki tunakata tunawakilisha wale ambao hawaja kuwa wakiwakilishwa, the minority groups. Tafadhali mtokee mbele tuhakikishe kwamba hii ni keki ambayo ni minority groups. Wale ambao ni minority groups tafadhali tunaomba mtokee mbele ili tuhakikishe kwamba hii keki tunaikata kama familia, hatuikati kama watu wawili, watu watatu ama namna gani ndugu yangu? Alhaji, tunaomba DJ kutafutia ngoma nzuri ambayo inahakikisha kwamba nini matunda. Naomba tukuje tumalize ndio tu.
It's not alcoholic. Now, going to request because now I'm going to request all the people invited. Mr. Hilary Matundora, Al-Haj, Amisi, and all those people who are the one. Mr. Henry, I need to see you somewhere. Yeah, we need to see you somewhere. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, my papa, are you ready?
Yes.
Haya, select on the pair of Mdundo. We are counting. In the count of 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.